Britt Ghiroli, who writes for The Athletic, she tweeted out today, a little before 11 o'clock in the morning, Ryan Flaherty is expected to be named Cubs bench coach. Sources tell The Athletic Flaherty was a finalist for the Padres managerial job that went to Mike Shildt, had previously served as Padres bench coach and offensive coordinator. Now will hold the same role in Chicago under Craig Counsell. I was surprised that the Cubs were the move because Counsell went with a veteran coach with the Milwaukee Brewers, but now I guess Flaherty is a veteran coach technically. He has years of experience. He's well thought of by people in the Padres organization, including those that used to play for the Padres and were with the Padres, like Greg Garcia, when Flaherty was first coaching with the Padres. So, if you missed that, by the way, my Greg Garcia interview on Mike Shildt, who Greg Garcia played for, and Ryan Flaherty, and a little bit on Peter Seidler, you can go watch that on YouTube or go listen to that on podcast platforms. A little surprised that he went to the Cubs, but I'm not surprised that he's not on the coaching staff. It feels like this is a situation where Mike Shildt said, me or him. Pick one, AJ, because I'm not going to have Ryan Flaherty be on my coaching staff when he was a finalist for this position. It's been widely reported that it was me or him as the favorites from the very start of this process. I'm not going to have him on my coaching staff, and I only have a 2-year contract. And yeah, if I get fired, yeah, Preller can just, bring up his guy, someone that he rejected to be the Mets bench coach, interview for that job years ago when Buck Showalter was the manager for the Mets. I'm not going to have that guy be on my coaching staff. So, not surprised by that. Now, who is going to be on this coaching staff for Mike Shildt? We know Ruben Niebla is going to be. We think Ben Fritz is going to be. We'll see about the first base coach, David Macias, or Macias. I think that's how you pronounce it. We'll see about some of the assistant hitting coaches. There were like 3 or 4, I think, on there. Obviously, Flaherty, he was the bench coach and offensive coordinator. So they're going to be looking for a new head hitting coach, offensive coordinator, and not just and a new bench coach. And some of Mike Shildt's coaches on that Cardinals coaching staff, I've already looked, they're already with other organizations or they're with the Cardinals. So I don't know if they would jump to the Padres to be under Mike Shildt. We could see some of Mike Shildt's former players come on the coaching staff. Benji Gill is a name that's going to be brought up. He is managing, I believe. He was brought up. I saw this on social media today. He is managing, I think, winter ball. I wasn't sure if this was like during baseball season, the Charos. I don't know how to pronounce it. Sorry. But he is the manager of that team. And I think that's a winter ball team. I'm seeing people in replies on social media that is a winter ball team. And if that's the case, then I think that he would be able to be a coach on the Padres coaching staff during the year because winter ball that's not a conflict with him being a coach during the season. So I could see that. Phil Nevin, he is available. Adrian Gonzalez as hitting coach. I would be interested in that. That would be very interesting. It would be very intriguing. This is a guy that AJ Preller talked to for this manager position. This is the first manager interview I think Adrian Gonzalez has had for a big league manager job. I don't believe he has coached in the big leagues. Maybe he's done some like advisor stuff or helped out players off to the side in the offseason, but he has not coached in the big leagues for like on a coaching staff all season long, anything like that. So this could be an opportunity for him to help out Padres players. I think definitely Padres players would respect Adrian Gonzalez. Look at what he did in his big league career. The guy's on the Hall of Fame ballot. He's not a Hall of Famer, but I think players would definitely respect Adrian Gonzalez for what he would have to say. And with Agon, this is a chance for him to learn under Mike Shildt. And Mike Shildt has made the postseason consistently when he's been a big league manager. I think he knows what he's talking about. He has decades of coaching experience. So this could be a really good opportunity for Adrian Gonzalez if he is given that opportunity, if he is interested in that, to be a hitting coach. I think hitting coach would end up being the best thing. We'll see who the bench coach ends up being, but hitting coach feels like that's the right spot for Agon if that happens. there's other guys that have popped into my head, like, I see Yadier Molina being thrown out there. That's not gonna happen. I would be surprised, shocked if that happened. Albert Pujols, I think he's still under contract technically with the Angels as a coach, or not a coach, but helping out with the Angels organization. So I don't think that he could do that unless he got approval from the Angels to go be a coach under Mike Shildt. I just bring his name up because Shildt had to have had some interaction with Albert Pujols. I know Pujols was with the Angels when Shildt was the manager for the Cardinals, but they had to have some type of interaction, right? I mean, he was with that organization for a long time. So I throw that name out there. I don't think that's going to happen, but those are just some names that are being tossed around in my head. Adam Wainwright, he just retired. I think he probably just want to stick to broadcasting or helping with the Cardinals, stuff like that. I don't think that would happen, but those are just some names that pop into my head of guys that have Cardinals connections or they played under Mike Shildt. And then like Adrian Gonzalez, I only mention him because he was thrown out there by Kevin Acee as someone who interviewed for the job. Benji Gill, Phil Nevin, I throw out there, same thing. Now, Shildt might not want guys that were interviewing for the Padres manager job. He might not want those guys on the coaching staff. He might just want guys that weren't interviewing for the Padres manager job. Maybe that would make him more comfortable. I don't know. I think the Padres should assemble the best coaching staff. We know Preller will have a say because he's had a say in every coaching staff that he has built, that he has helped build as the GM, the president of baseball operations with the San Diego Padres. So it's going to be very, very interesting for me to see what this coaching staff ends up being. But Ryan Flaherty ends up going to the Chicago Cubs. So they're going to need a new offensive coordinator, hitting coach, and a new bench coach, in addition to any openings that end up opening because some other coaches don't end up coming back. There was, I think, a report out by Dennis Lin that the Padres would consider bringing up guys from the minor leagues to maybe coach on the staff. So we'll see what happens there.